Hi guys, I'm live. How you guys doing? Um, I want to do this video is a thanks video, but it's to people I don't normally thank. I haven't, in fact, I've never mentioned this, um, but here I am. I lament the '80s. Not things have changed and all that, but I think we're helping with that. I think that rock and roll is getting stronger. I hear evidence of that a lot, all the time, actually. I heard, I was in Old Town Front Street area, and I heard somebody was, some bar or something was playing Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. I'm almost sure that that's what I heard. Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne, Crazy Train was being played at a bar. And I thought, that is so cool. I almost went in and said thank him for it, but I didn't. I just pondered it in my heart. I thought that's cool, you know. And I also lament that people don't get out as much as they did. You know, we used to, but that's getting better too. I see more and more people walking when I'm walking now. I see more and more people getting out. Not just when I started walking, it was like a ghost town out there. But it's starting to get better. People are starting to get out and move around a little bit more, which I think is cool also. But I usually leave it at that and talk about that and just leave it at that. Like I'm talking like I'm leaving it. I'm making it sound like I'm leaving out some of the things I actually think are actually helpful and good about today. You know, the world today. And I want to say that. I want to say that in this video. If we're going to have rock and roll, you know, not be as strong as it was for a while, and people not go outside as much as they were in my day. I want to thank people that made the internet. I really want to thank that, like YouTube. You know, I want to thank like Bill Gates. He's like a big hero of mine. I don't know. I know people say he's a bad guy and he's done bad things or whatever. That's above my pay grade. I don't understand it. And maybe that I'm not an expert on that anyway, but I think that he's great. You know, he helped make Google. You know, he gave YouTube and things like that give people a chance to express themselves on the internet, and I appreciate that. You know, in fact, someday I'd like to meet Bill Gates, not for any, you know, political or monetary or nefarious reason, but just to meet him, to say, hi, Bill, I really appreciate what you did for the world. You know, how you made Google, you know. I never said that in a video, but I mean that. I think and it turned it around. The story got turned around a little bit in a good way for the nerds of the world, because I was one of them. I mean, I was picked on for being smart as a kid, and I didn't recant. I didn't just drop my grades just to fit in either. I just kept going. I stayed true to myself first. I got hit at school for being a straight A student, and I just kept getting straight A's anyway. It's like I knew there was no way out of that. If I decided to fold for them, there would be no end to it. Next thing you know, I'd be serving them or something. And plus that wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be keeping my integrity in, which I did. But now nerds kind of have the day sometimes, you know. Bill Gates, I mean, a college dropout, but ultimate tech nerd / third richest person in the world, you know. It really was a real life revenge of the nerds, what happened in this world. And I appreciate that as a former nerd, as the fact that I was a nerd, you know. And I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that one day nerds would be like, in a good way, nerdish, you know. Like Huey Lewis singing the song "It's Hip to Be Squared." That was funny at the time, but it had no truth in it to me. It's not hip to be squared, Dick. You know. But I mean, I like the song, but it didn't ring true. But maybe there's some truth in that. Revenge of the Nerds. I thought that was a cool movie, and it was funny, and it was cool. But I didn't see it playing out in real life. I didn't see that would actually ever happen. But it seems like nerdishness became cool. You know, and I like that. I like that because I remember I'm the guy that I didn't do any drugs in the 80s. and I went to Harvard College of Science and Engineering when I was 17 years old. In fact, I got made fun, and I don't talk about this much, but I got made fun of at Harvey Mudd for being a nerd. Can you believe that? One year I came in, brand new year, I guess it was my sophomore or junior year, I don't remember which, probably sophomore. I came up in school with a briefcase. I actually decided for a while I was going to carry a briefcase to my classes, and I got made fun of for it. Briefcase? He's carrying a briefcase, you know. I actually nerded out even at Harvey Mudd standard sometimes. Like, you know, I mean, when you get made fun of for being a nerd at Harvard Mudd College, you know something's like nerdy about you. I mean, briefcase, I still remember that, you know. Of course, I got the memory to do that, but I didn't even fit in at Harvard Mudd College. I was that off the charts. I would come into class in my sweats, in my PJs sometimes, because I didn't have time to get dressed before class. And I would just come in but I'd be tired because I stayed up all night studying. But I would bring a recorder. One time I did this, Professor Alfred, engineering. He was a mechanical engineering, E119. I came into the class with my PJs, and I came into the very front seat, and I had one of my little recorders I used to learn my licks on for my music, and I put a tape in, hit record, and had a pillow on my desk, and started to fall asleep on the pillow, but it was recording the lecture so I could hear it later. No other kid was doing that. Yet there I was. And Alfred said, "Wiseman, go home." So, I mean, you know, and geeks kind of saved the day when it comes to people like Bill Gates and made Google. If it wasn't for geeks, we wouldn't have AI. We wouldn't have the progress we've made in this world. And I owe that, and to that, we owe the geeks, you know. One more funny thing about Harvey Mudd, it wasn't the topic, but one more thing funny I used to do at Harvey Mudd College sometimes. I had a moped. It was a Snark moped. And sometimes if I were late for class, I would actually ride my moped to class. You know, in the halls, I mean, in the school. I mean, people are going by me, like walking, and I'm driving my moped to class so I can get there quicker because I was late for class or something. And I got called Snark for a while because that was the name of my moped, the brand of my moped. And I would actually ride my moped to class. And I ate 12 bowls of cereal for breakfast on an average, and I got laughed at and called the eating machine by other students. They laughed at me and called me the eating machine. I was like 110 pounds, not 5'4", 5'5". High metabolism going crazy off the charts, and I would need 12 bowls of cereal just to get me going. Anyway, so to the nerds of this world. Oh, and one more thing. I knew I wasn't done. One of my favorite shows that testifies to nerdishness and being cool is Scorpion. It's my favorite. I mean, I love a lot of shows. I like Person of Interest, Jim Caviezel, Michael Emerson. Great show. I like Dollhouse with Elijah Deshoe. I like so many ones I like. Anyway, I love different shows, but my favorite show, top all time, is Scorpion, with Elias Cabal as Walter O'Brien, 197 IQ. I love that show. My favorite show, and Elias makes it so cool. And Elias was on Sharon Osbourne's show, and she loves that guy. You know, Sharon really loves Elias Cabal. And also I saw Tommy Lee from Motley Crue on Sharon, and he was cool too. Had a shirt that said "White Boy," T-shirt or something. But anyway, no. He made. You can't watch Scorpion and not think it's cool to be a nerd sometimes. I mean, the way he drives a car, the way he fumbles about socially because he has no emotional IQ, no emotional EQ. He doesn't understand people. But he's so cool, like you want to be this guy, And so thanks to nerds and thanks to Bill Gates. We'd love to meet you someday. Anyway, love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.